you. That's something to live up to. Dr. Weissel, P.E.O. Sisterhood, Board of Trustees, faculty, friends, family, Mother's Day. It's for everyone, but particularly you, because it's celebration of your graduation and your accomplishments at Cottey College. A celebration day even gains greater growth when shared. And so we share it with everyone here and everyone who is listening in on a very special day in many, many lives. It is my joy and responsibility to recognize you as global citizens. You and everyone here is capable of making an individual and group contribution for the common good of all life. This involves an ever-widening consciousness of world citizenship, and Cottey College is welcoming students from international backgrounds and faculty with many international experiences and backgrounds. We are a global citizens college. We are Cottey. All over the world, global citizens are speaking and acting out during this time of great global crisis and opportunity. During such a time, we work with international building of cooperation where everyone is served and needs met. For me, global awareness started when I was about 9 years old. I bought my first book, and it was a Rand McNally geography book. Don't laugh. My parents did, and they did laugh, and they wondered why I would choose such a book. And I explained to them, well, there were two places that I wanted to visit in my life. One was the highest place on earth, Mount Everest. And the other, I wanted to travel, meet, and live with the people of the Great Silk Road that for almost 2,000 years has changed the destiny of humanity, and it still does. And you see, I needed a book where there were maps because I needed to know how to get there. And secondly, I needed photographs so that I knew when I would arrive. It was part of the whole business of being world-oriented. But of course, I didn't know it at the time. I recall my first journey. It wasn't to Mount Everest, nor the Silk Road. It was to Yugoslavia. There, I truly faced the unknown. Long before the violent war in Bosnia, I had lived, and I did live, with a Muslim family named Zečević in ancient Sarajevo. I was truly a stranger in the land. However, by watching, adapting, listening, and laughing, I started to feel comfortable. About 2 weeks of being there, Mamitsa waited. She was the mother in the family, and she waited until everyone who spoke a word of English had left home. She then took me into her room and motioned me to take off my blouse and my trousers. I did. And she went to her closet, and she got out an armload of traditional Bosnian garb, and she dressed me in her clothes. And then she stood back, and with arms wide, she said, "Bosnian." I knew then I was truly accepted and loved. It was her gift. When I left Sarajevo, the entire family came to the train station to see me off. And there I heard Mamitsa say her first English words. They were, "Come home, Tara. This is your home." Sarajevo, Yugoslavia. Relationship is everything, and everything is relationship. The United Nations Earth Charter says, and is written, peace is the wholeness created by right relationships with oneself, other persons, other cultures, other life, Earth and the larger whole of which we are all a part. Living in right relationship epitomizes global citizenship, leading to a culture of peace. To see, to know, to act, the country, India. I often wondered about being in India, and I was traveling alone throughout a great part of India, and I decided that I would not miss the pain and the struggle and human suffering and looking upon the torture of animals. In extensive travel and living in various places of the world, I am witness to this suffering and destitution, as well as beauty and extreme wealth. I have often wondered, what could one person do in traveling alone? And I decided that while I was in India or anywhere, I would look with compassion into the eyes of those who were suffering and offer a silent prayer. Things began to happen. In Benares, India, I happened inadvertently to walk down the street of lepers. These are people who are waiting to die in the holy city of Benares, located on the sacred Ganges River. I looked into the eyes of a woman and her disfigured face, and her hands without fingers raised in begging. And then she put her hands together like a namaste, and she bowed. And I said, namaste. Namaste means the spirit within me greets the spirit within you. A blessing given, a blessing received. Remember, each of you journeyed to Cottey College, and this journey has inspired or demanded of each of you to grow and to be an agent of change as global citizens. Wherever you are, whatever you do in your life. Global citizenship is a revolution of love. It's love big enough to set the oppressed and the oppressor free. Albert Einstein, in a letter to his daughter, wrote the following, and I quote, "This is an extremely powerful force that so far science has not found a formal explanation to. It is a force that includes and governs all others, and is even behind the phenomena governed by us. This universal force is love. When science looks for a unified theory of the universe, they forgot the most powerful piece of love. Love is light that enlightens those who give and receive it. Love is gravity because it attracts us to others and others to us. Love is power because it multiplies the best we have and allows humanity not to be extinguished by its blind selfishness. Love unfolds and reveals. When we learn to give and receive this universal energy, dear daughter, we will have affirmed that love conquers all, is able to transcend everything and anything, because love is the quintessence of life. End of quote. Love is a cosmic magnet. Barbara Valacour, in her LifeBridge Foundation, wrote the following: promote in one's daily living the idea of interconnectedness of all life, the oneness of humanity. Separation, that's an illusion. This, the indigenous peoples of the world have always known. Remember us? It was Egypt. Almost every group that goes to Egypt will visit the great temple at Luxor. I was there, walking alone, wondering at the grandness and beauty and the immensity of this ancient temple, when a group of Egyptian men stopped me. And they wanted to know where I was from and what I thought of Egypt. I talked with them, and then one of them said, so many of you come to see the tombs, the temples, the dead, and the ancient things. Remember us, we're the living. Wherever you go, whatever you do in life, remember the living. So what can we do as global citizens on this pathway to a culture of peace? Dr. Dot Maver, founder of the National Peace Academy and guest lecturer here at Cottey College, shared the following 4 steps. Each of us can do one and all of the 4 as global citizens on the pathway to a culture of peace. First of all, take personal responsibility and share it for being the change we wish to see in the world. Second, we encourage and express goodwill, love in action, and begin naming and appreciating the signs of goodwill everywhere. Third, we can seek others who are inclined to a spirit of cooperation and who demonstrate a willingness for what they want, instead of fighting against what they don't want. We know we get more from what we focus upon. Fourth, we can offer our unique contribution on behalf of the common good, knowing that the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. So, get up, be yourself, fully live, listen to your heartbeat, and follow the life that you are ordaining for yourself. Give and receive, laugh and cry, be a human being in a world where there are many, many human beings, and just as many opportunities. We are global citizens, living and working, loving, and being into the future, working with that culture of peace. Several years ago, a former Cottey College president, Dr. Judy Rogers, had a peace pole erected here on campus. The World Peace and Prayer Society is an organization that originated and makes peace poles that carry on the theme, "May peace prevail on earth." All of the peace poles are handcrafted. Mr. Jim Dugan is the peace pole maker. Trish McGrath and Briella Williams then completed and finished the mailing of your peace poles the miniature ones. These members of the Peace and Prayer Society sent the following message to each of you. Our wish for Cottey College graduates as they hold their handcrafted mini peace poles in their hands is that they carry the universal peace message. May peace prevail on earth, in their hearts, and for all life on earth from this day forward. It is true that the youth are the future, but what they do here and now will shape their future. We wish them infinite success. There are over 600,000 peace poles throughout the world. Peace is living in harmonious relationships with self, others, and all life. The culture of peace is an integral component of global citizenship. Therefore, it's most appropriate that each of you graduates have a gift of a miniature peace pole of your own. It is my privilege during the graduation ceremony to give each of you a miniature peace pole to carry on your own journey as living, loving, global citizens. Namaste.